Hey, Slasher Chick. Good morning. How you doing, love? Hey, Slasher Chick. Good morning. How you doing, love? Okay, let me turn around my background. Okay, I got my phone on because I want to make sure I can see the chat because the the camera is far away so that you could try to see as much of me and as much of what I'm doing as possible. You say good morning, doing cupcakes today? Yeah, I'm actually doing cupcakes and a sheet cake. And I have 1 o'clock to be done. So here are the cupcakes. Let me open them up. They chocolate. Chocolate cupcakes. So hopefully you guys can see them okay. There's some very pretty, nice chocolate cupcakes. Hey, Heather Williams, good morning. How are you? And I got my homemade chocolate frosting over here. And I already got my bags prepared. I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 bags that I'm using today because one of them is just going to be for the frosting for the cupcakes. And thank you, Slasher. Yes, they will look really nice when I'm done. I hope I have enough chocolate frosting because sometimes I go overboard when I'm making my frosting. So I've been trying to minimalize how much I make because I hate to have too much and I hate to have not enough. But here's some of the chocolate frosting I'm going to be using. So while I'm decorating cupcakes, feel free to chat about the cakes or whatnot, or chat about what the topic is today. The other topic, which is, y'all know how I do when I'm decorating. I do commentary at the same time while I'm decorating. And I guess we all know, most people have heard already by now, that Kels is in some more trouble. Now, I'm not surprised, so I'm sure some of you guys are not surprised either by what we recently found out about R. Kelly. He has been arrested again. I talked a little bit about it yesterday. Because he has been arrested again. They didn't caught him. Well, I wouldn't even say caught him because they would have got him either way, whether he was in his house or outside of his house. But the federales then swooned down on R. Kelly and arrested him while he was out walking his pets, while he was out walking his dog. Yes, he was out there walking his dogs, I guess in his neighborhood, and they arrested him. And I'm sure he was like, what the heck is going on? Because he has literally been in jail off and on for what seems like the last 6 months, darn near. Yep, the feds. Sure did. Sure did. He got some new federal charges for trafficking, amongst other things. He was arrested by the feds on new sex abuse charges. And you know what we were saying? Like, okay, y'all know I done several reviews or commentary on R. Kelly. And you know what we were saying? That eventually some of his staff is going to be called in as well. Like, so far it's just been him. Charges so far for all this time, stemming back from even the 2008 when he got off for the mistrial, all the way back then, it was really just him that they were looking at. Although, you know, we kept saying, even from after watching Surviving R. Kelly show, we kept saying, they have to indict other people. There's no way he could go down for these crimes by himself. Because R. Kelly wasn't out there seeking out all these women. Some of them, yes. Some of them, yes. Some of them, yes. And you're right, Slasher. They should be. He was not out there seeking all those women. Well, I can't even say women. Girls. Girls. Let me correct that. Girls. Teenage girls. Most of them under the age of 17 years old. And, okay, my bad. The children. The children. But anywho. Hold on, where was I at? I do not want my son on camera. He had just woke up and he didn't have a shirt on. And he's 18. He's 18. He's not a little kid or nothing. But still. I was like, get your butt back to the back of the house. Put some clothes on and then you can come back. So, and you know how some of these YouTubers are, oh, her son was on camera. He didn't have a shirt on. Even though he's 18. It ain't like he's a child running around with no clothes on. But you know. And I done told my sons how people on here, on YouTube, be acting cray-cray. But anyway, you said I did that fast. Slasher. Yeah. I'm using a pretty big tip too, though. You know, I'm making rosettes. So making rosettes doesn't take that long. You just squeeze down in the middle and just go around. That's it. They done. But what I am going to do, after, I'm going to put them in the fridge for a little while. And after they, You got what? Why? You got to go to the, where you going? What time you got to be at work? Oh, yeah, I forgot. You should have woke up earlier. You got well, I guess you still got time to get there on time. Okay, you want me to call him? Or you can call him. He was just up here before I went live, so I'm sure he probably forgot though, because he's not used to taking you to work this early. So these are the cupcakes. They are complete. Besides the fact I'm gonna put them in the fridge for a little while, just so the frosting can stiffen up, because I'm gonna put some Reese's Pieces on them. I'm going to put some Reese's Pieces morsels. Let me wash my hands just in case I got chocolate on them, because I'm about to work with some different colors. So 1 second. Okay. You said, oh, you were just chatting away looking up and they were done. Well, now we got the big baby to do, the big cake. So let me bring the cake out. I just gave it I done told y'all before, some of y'all probably already know what a crumb coat is. So I done put a crumb coat on it. A crumb coat is just light frosting all around the cake, just so we can cover all the crumbs on the cake. So this is not, as you can see, I'm going to show you guys a little closer. See, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. It's not perfect because this is not the top coat of the cake. Every cake decorator does a crumb coat first. They just put enough icing on the cake just to cover the crumbs Because if you ever made a cake at home or decorated a cake at home just for your family or friends or whatnot, you know there'd be a lot of crumbs on the cake when you're trying to frost the cake. So that's why you make a crumb coat. Then you cover just a thin layer, not too thick, just a thin layer all the way around the cake. Just to cover it. You can go by. You got clothes on now. And tell him make sure he's fully dressed when he come up here out of his bedroom. But you said it's the shapewear of cake decorating. Yep. You have to cover the crumb coat. A lot of people make a mistake and they be like, I don't need no crumb coat. It's okay. But it saves you a headache if you do the crumb coat first and then put it in the freezer for like 10 to 20 minutes. You know, depending on how much time you have. But anywho, now what I'm going to do is start decorating this cake. Now the theme of the cake is Laugh Out Loud dolls. I don't know how many of y'all might have girls or know about the Laugh Out Loud dolls or the Laugh Out Loud girls. I didn't have any idea who she was or who they were until somebody asked me to make a cake for them with that theme. So let me get another spoon. Get the chocolate out the way. And we're gonna work on, let's see what I'm gonna do first. I really don't know what design I'm gonna give this cake, honestly. I know how I'm gonna start it, but you know I freestyle, those who seen me before. Hey Carter D, hey Ruth K, how you doing? We just up here discussing R. Kelly's new charges while I'm decorating some cakes. So feel free to chime in at any minute. Any minute, feel free to chime in. Let me see. I think I want to start with, let's see, I have a 7, what is this? No, I have a 402 tip. Ooh, that's our area code in Omaha, Nebraska. 402. I'm doing several different colors because if you know the Laugh Out Loud dolls, they have a bright color theme. Bright pinks and blues and purples and all kind of other colors. So I'm going to do some of those colors on the cake. And matter of fact, I'm going to switch my tip. I got another idea. I'm going to switch my tip. And I'm going to use a 2D, which is a really popular tip in the cake world. So, let's see. I'm going to change I'm going to use that other one later. And y'all make sure, feel free to network. Y'all know y'all can network in my live. Just don't be pushy. Please don't be pushy. Nobody likes a pushy networking group. Go ahead and network though. Feel free to network. Y'all know the emoji sign over here is our emoji sign over here is the TV sign. Those of you who are familiar with the TV sign, please drop it so people can know. Go to somebody's channel. Watch a few minutes of a video. Leave a genuine comment. Not no, hey, great video. Thanks for sharing. A genuine comment. A genuine comment. And then come back to the group, come back to the chat, put a TV sign, tag their name, put a TV sign so they know if they visited your channel. It's easy as that. So I'm going to start on this side, and the color theme I'm going to start with is pink and blue. Now these are electric colors. Electric blue, electric pink. I got some electric purple, So the person who asked me to make this cake said, please make it colorful. And it's for a little girl. So I get to play with colors. I love playing with colors when it comes to cakes. But as far as what was I saying? As far as this R. Kelly mess though, we have been saying for a long time that other people in his circle is going to have to come forward, and they're going to have to admit to some of the things they did, because he didn't do this all by himself. And for the life of me, I don't understand why they haven't before now tried to put pressure on others in his camp. Now maybe they have, and they just been keeping it under wraps. That could be the case. But I'm just like, his staff, his security, his musicians, his tour management, his own personal bodyguard, his assistants. There's so many people that should be on the hot seat behind what's been going on for years. But they finally done pressed charges on some of the other ones as well. Finally. I don't know what took them so long, but finally. They finally pressing some charges on some of the other ones. But you know what I also said before? I also said before that eventually R. Kelly, now I know he from the streets, I know he from the hood, but R. Kelly don't want to do no time. You know what's going to happen to R. Kelly when he go to prison? R. Kelly knows what's going to happen when he goes to prison. They got him for all kind of conspiracy charges. Hold on, let me finish this side right here. The tapes, Slasher, the tapes. They finally got some of the tapes. Now, they had said before in February that with new charges they had tapes. And they had said, you know, what was on the tape, you know, him involved with somebody else. And remember the tapes back in 2008 when the trial got, when it was mistrial and he got off? And the reason why was because of the parents of the little girl, the little 14-year-old girl. The parents testified that that wasn't their child. Now we come to find out, well, we already knew, but he paid them off. He gave them hush money. Remember, her father was still working for him as a guitarist, or was he a drummer? I think he was the drummer. He was working for him all that time. Now, the auntie, she said that was her niece. The girl's coach said that was her. The girl's classmates said that was her. Her teammates said that was her. I mean, everybody knew that was her. Everybody knew that was her. And even in the Surviving R. Kelly, when they was giving out more details and stuff, it was like, yeah, that was her. Everybody knew that was her. But the own parents didn't know. They talking about that's not our daughter. They talking about that's not my daughter. Now, that's some sick people, because ain't no way, and my sons will tell you, I goes hard for mine. I don't know what family they came from, but I can tell you what family I come from, and we go hard for ours. I'm telling you, I'm just telling you, we go hard for ours. I don't do no play when it comes to my kids. And I don't care how broke I am. If I'm living in the street, if I'm living in the shelter, if our lights is off, if our gas is off, if my car got repoed. I don't care. I will find a way to go without. Hey, son. I will find a way to go without before I just turn on my child like that. Because that child didn't have no voice. The only voice she had was the adults. That was her only voice. He had brainwashed the child just like he do with his other victims. Brainwashed the child. And like he did with a lot of other victims, promising them success. Promising them success. A career as either a dancer, a singer, a performer, you know, something like that. And this is coming out pretty well. I'm going to show y'all what I'm doing in a second after I finish the sides. But yeah, I'm like, her parents was wrong. Her parents was wrong. And I wonder how she feels about that now. You know, they haven't talked to the girl. They haven't talked to her. This was 2008. 2008. So let's see. This is 2009. So it's been 9 years. So if she was 14 around that time, she got to be like, what, 23, 24, 25-ish? I would really like to know how she feels. Like, I know that she said that that wasn't her in the videotape. I know that. We now know that he paid her off. Well, we've been thinking that all along, but they now have proof. They got so much proof on this man. They got so much proof on him. The amounts of money he paid, who he paid the money to, how much money he paid to get the tapes back from the people who stole the tapes from him. But see, what I hated was, you said, exactly, I hope they are. Yep. How can they possibly not be charged? Thank you. They have to be charged, and I'm glad they only got, you know, a few of them right now besides him. But some more people got to come, and you know why? They gonna come because they gonna talk. Like I said, R. Kelly might be from the streets, from the hood or whatnot, but he don't want to go to prison. That man gonna talk. He gonna talk. They gonna want to know, eventually the feds gonna want to know who all was involved. Which one got the girl from this state? Which one got the girl from that state? They gonna want to know. R. Kelly is not gonna want to face all these charges by himself. And they got so much on him, there's no way he's gonna get off this time. They got so much on him. He got charges in New York. He on his way to Brooklyn pretty soon. He on his way to Brooklyn pretty soon. Because he got to face them up there. In New York. You said, I hope they are. Yeah, okay. I saw that comment. But, yep. When they tell him, because based on all the charges, bye, I love you too. Have a good day at work. Don't work too hard.
Armed. Stay. Exit now.
But, make sure I don't leave no spots. But, what was I saying? Yeah, he's not trying to do all that time by himself. But as far as the new charges, basically what they're saying is he began paying thousands of dollars in 2001 to recover some videotapes of him having sex with teenage girls. That's what the feds are saying. Obviously, if this was in 2001 And the court, the trial that he had before, it ended in 2008. Obviously, some of them tapes were kept for that tape to come out and for that tape to get leaked, right? He made people swear. He made people take lie detector tests, saying that they swear they gave him back every tape they took. Now, the thing is, with me, even the people who took the tapes, that was child porn right there. So they took the tapes, and they kept them. They bargained with him. They blackmailed with him, and they held it over his head for a long time. Imagine how much R. Kelly was sweating trying to get them tapes back. They should be charged as well. So trust me, R. Kelly is not going to go down with him by himself. Them two other guys that they now got charges on too in his camp, they not going down by himself. The people who blackmail him, they should be charged for pornography as well of underage children, and blackmail, conspiracy. I mean, all kind of mess. They should be charged as well. And R. Kelly would be a fool. He'd be a fool not to give people up. I'm just saying. I understand the no snitch laws and all that kind of stuff, but R. Kelly would be a fool to lie down and do all that time by himself. Shoot. Right. They knowingly, that's right. That's right, Slasher. That's right. They knowingly held on to those pictures. Let me wash my hands because I'm going to start doing something different with this cake. So I got to get this frosting off my hand. But you are absolutely right. They held on to porn without giving it to authorities. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Okay, what was I going to do? Oh, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to do the 402. The 402. Changing my tips. Let me get some paper towels. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to show y'all what I did so far. So let me show y'all what I did so far. Okay. Hopefully y'all can see it okay. That's what I've done so far. See all the beautiful colors. The beautiful colors. I like the 402. Slasher. I like the 402. It's hold on, let me make sure it comes out okay. Okay. You basically go up and down, up and down, up and down. It's like a wave. Bam. Okay, let me turn it around so you can see what I did. It's kind of like a ruffle. Matter of fact, let me do this side while I got it here. I'm gonna just do I'm gonna just do till I run out of this, what's in the bag first. Okay. Okay, hopefully you can see it pretty well. See, it's kind of like a ruffle. It's kind of like a ruffle. This is a tip that you would use. You know how people make like you know how people do the like the Barbies, the Barbie dolls, and they make the bottom that's, you know, the round bottom, and they be making like the lace on the dresses on the cake. This is one of the tips you can use for that. Thank you. Hey June Chandler, how you doing? Good morning. But yeah, that's one of the that you can use for that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little more purple. Little purple. And you see this bag looks like a what do you call those what do you call them shirts? Those tie-dyes? That's what the bag looks like. The bag looks like one of those tie-dye shirts. That's what it looks like on the inside. Well, okay, so I'm going to do the other side. And you just go up and down, up and down. Yeah, this is coming out pretty good. And you gotta make sure you hold the pipe the right way. Because, matter of fact, let me wipe this off so I can show you. Like, see the pipe? This side, let me see. This side, the top side, is like the flat side. And then if you flip it over, it's like an indentation. It kind of like swoops down like that. So that's the side that you have to have it on in order to do this decoration that I'm doing. So you got to have a swoop side on the top. Otherwise, I'm sorry, my bad. You got to have a swoop side on the bottom. I was about to do a different decoration here. So yeah, you got to have a swoop side on the bottom and the straight part on the top. And the frosting is so perfectly, not too soft, not too thick, that is just like, it's just laying. Just laying perfectly the way it's supposed to. And now I'm going to do the inside. I'm going to do like 2 rows of these, and then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do next. If anybody knows anything about my cake style, if you ever been onto my Facebook page, Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice, and ever looked at my other work, I do not like anything plain looking. which is why I love doing cakes for family and friends, because they know I just do whatever. They give me a theme, give me a colors, and I just do whatever. That's why a lot of people tend to use personal cake decorators. Yeah, it would be a mess. Slasher chicken. And it's like you can still use the other side. You can do it on the other side as well. It's just that your design is going to come out a little bit different. I've done the other side before, but that was usually like if I was doing the base of a cake, just going around the bottom part of the cake. But this cake, for what I'm trying to do, I have to have the flat part on the top. Now you hear the air bubbles. I mean, it's just a gap in there where the frosting was not at after I refilled it. And when there's a gap, you just keep going, keep moving. You don't hear that air pop out like psh, and just keep moving. Okay, I'm gonna do this last side here, and then I'm gonna get real bright on y'all. Because we gotta brighten this cake up. But as far as the new charges with R. Kelly, let me wash my hands. Okay, spatula. Where's my spatula? Here I come. Here I come. I'm coming. Okay. You said, will it just be a mess if you... Oh, I read that already. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I have a little scoop of the white frosting that I first applied to the cake before I colored some of it. So I'm going to put a picture on here. And if y'all saw before, with the picture, you have to moisten the top of the cake where you want the picture to go. Before you before you apply the sheet. So I just warm the spatula up a little bit, because the frosting on this cake, the white frosting that I started with, has already been on there for a while, so it's kind of stiffened up. So I'm going to apply some really soft frosting on there, and I'm going to get my picture because I need to make sure the area where I'm softening the picture yep, just perfect. Okay, just perfect. So I'm going to take the frosting and I'm going to rub it in the area where I want the picture to go. Not too much, just enough. Because for the picture, for the edible picture sheet to lie down and kind of like mesh with the frosting, You have to have the frosting the perfect texture. Otherwise, it's just going to be like a piece of paper sitting on top of a cake. And that happens sometimes when people don't do it the right way. People bite into cake is like, what's this? And they can just peel it right off. But it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to mesh into the cake. And it'll eventually start melting into the cake. And when you bite into it, it's just like just eating frosting. So you shouldn't even be able to tell the difference. That's just a little tip. Little tip. Okay. Now here's the picture that we're putting on here. Can you see that? It's the Laugh Out Loud girls. So I'm taking this picture and I'm going to put a little bit of water on it, as y'all probably seen me do before. Just a little dab on the back, like the corners. Just a little dab. To help it kind of lay down. Dry my hands off. Then we're going to take this. And we're going to lie it down like that. I'm going to put some paper towels on my hands to make sure I have no frosting. And I just take the back of my hand. I always use the back of my hand because that's the safest place to make sure there's no frosting. Because I don't want to get any unwanted coloring on the cake. So I use the back of my hand. And you just press down on it lightly, not too hard. Because again, as it sits on there, it'll start to apply itself into the frosting. And another thing, when you do apply pictures on your cake like this, edible pictures, do it like a few hours before you want the cake to be eaten. That way it gives the, it gives the cake time. And you said you never seen that done before, Slasher? Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how you do it. That is exactly how you do it. See how much frosting I have left. I might have to color me some more. Yeah, let me get a little more frosting so I can color it. Okay, I added a little white to my already electric pink. And I have my electric pink color. And I'm just going to squirt a little bit in here. Just a little bit, because I already got some pink frosting that I'm mixing it with. Just stir it up until it all becomes the same color. And then that should be enough to do what I'm about to do. Oh, and another thing, when you're decorating cakes, you don't want the frosting to be too flimsy. If it's too flimsy, you need to add some more powdered sugar to it. Like this. See how the frosting is hanging onto the spoon? See, it didn't come right off the spoon. If it just falls, if you lift the spoon up and it just falls right off the spoon, then you need some more, you definitely need some more powdered sugar in your frosting. Because if it's not stiff enough, your designs are not going to stay. They're going to start falling. And then by the time somebody gets their cake, they're going to be like, what the heck happened to the cake? It looks like the frosting just kind of melted away. So let's see what we're going to do here. I have a brand new bag, a brand new tip. I'm using tip number 21. But yeah, back to R. Kelly. It's been like 2 decades since, you know, he was let off before. But now he's facing 2 separate federal grand jury indictments in Illinois and in New York. The indictments, they were released Friday, and they're alleging that he recruited women for sex, persuaded people to conceal that he had sexual contact with teenage girls, and he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars buying back missing videotapes. So, he's facing like altogether 11 new sex-related crimes in Chicago and some in New York. So right now, you know, he's in Chicago's, you know, he's in, I was about to say they care. They care. They have him right now, and he appeared in federal court Friday. And the judge, you know, Judge Sheila Finnegan, she delayed a decision on whether Kelly should be taken to New York and face charges there until he's arraigned in Chicago. And of course his lawyer, Steve Greenberg, he's still saying, my client, he's innocent. We're sure that we're going to get bond again, even though he's facing charges in Illinois and New York. You know, they talking about he's not a flight risk. He's not a danger to anybody at all. He's not a danger to anybody at all. But anyway, it was 13 counts altogether. And he's accused of videotaping himself having sex with at least 4 girls under the age of 18, beginning in 1998. A few years after that, you know, back when I said like 2001, he had discovered that some of his tapes were missing from his collection, from his stash. He realized some tapes was missing from his stash. And he started paying people to recover those tapes. Now, my thing is this, again, the people who blackmailed him, the people who confiscated, who stole his tapes, you know, it's hard to say right now if they stole the tapes. Thank you, June. Thank you, Heather. It's hard to say right now if they stole the tapes because they wanted it for their own pleasure. Because, come on, any person with any morals, any person with any common sense, any person with good judgment, any person with respect for themselves and respect for children would have taken those tapes, and they would have immediately turned them into the cops. Immediately turned them into the cops. And basically told the cops where they can find the rest of the tapes, who's on the tapes, who's the parents of the children's names, how old they are, how they got the tapes, who recorded the tapes, and so forth and so forth, but they didn't. So, again, it's kind of hard to say if whoever took the tapes, if they took them for their own pleasure, and then maybe down the line was like, I'm broke. We broke. Kels can't pay us any more money. His entertainment company can't pay us any more money. Let's see if we can make him pay to get these tapes back. What y'all think? Y'all let me know what y'all think. If y'all think people just held on to them to the right time so they could sell the tapes, or if you think they also enjoyed the tapes and used the tapes. Because keep in mind that some of the people who assisted him into covering up what he'd been doing for all these years, some of them also were having threesomes with Kels and these girls. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that So, again, it's kind of hard to say until they start, hopefully they'll start speaking to some of the people who had the tapes, who stole the tapes from R. Kelly, and who gave them back to him after they blackmailed him, of course. And another thing, if they wouldn't have paid for the tapes, I wonder if they really, really would have turned R. Kelly in. I wonder. If they really would have been like, okay, if you don't pay, we're taking this to the police. Or if they would have just kept the tapes for their own satisfaction. For their own pleasure. Again, we don't know that yet, but I think it was both. Because if you're crazy enough to take the tapes, hey Glazies, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. But if you're crazy enough to help him find women, help him cover up the fact that he's having sex with all the women underage, and not tell and not allow him to get in trouble, then I believe that you are also able to take those tapes and have them for your own pleasure. And they probably made duplicates. It's probably duplicate tapes swirling around right now. I'm almost probably sure. That is duplicates going around. But yeah, when he recovered the videotapes, when he recovered some of the tapes that people had stolen from him, remember I said he made he had them make take a polygraph test, because of course he was still trying to cover himself, cover his back, make sure nothing come out in the future. He had to make sure that nothing could come out in the future, so he made them take polygraph tests to say if they were the only tapes, if they had any more tapes that they could use to blackmail him. That's why I said R. Kelly, he is not going to do that time by himself. He paid hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s to get them tapes back that were stolen from him. And obviously somebody had some and didn't tell him about it. Obviously. Because now they have resurfaced. Thank Thank you. Thank you, Glazies. Thank you so much. And I got another clean bag here. I got another clean bag. So I'm going to start on a different color. Same tip as the last tip though. This is also a tip number 21. Tip number 21 is a closed star tip. A closed star tip. You can make shells, you can make stars. You can make all kind of pretty designs with this one. So this is what we're going to do now. I'm going to start over here. And I'm just taking it and just making some little circles. I'm just going to continue the next row. And what do y'all think about his wife, though? What do y'all think about his wife? Do you think she's going to eventually be facing charges too? Like, a lot of people believe that she knows more than what she was saying. She got out there and she told the world how he abused her, how he starved her, how he beat her. I mean, she told the world a whole bunch of stories. How she finally found the strength to run and get away from him. That's what she told us. That's what she told us. I honestly think that she knows more. I've always thought that. I always thought that Andrea knows more than what she's letting on. She's like, I had no idea, but I believe those girls because of what he did to me. So she says she stands with the girls. But I don't know. You say, yeah, but she not running from his surname. Ha! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Glazies. Somebody said it. Somebody said it. She's not running from that surname at all. No, 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 no. She's keeping that. Because personally, I think I would let go of that name. I think if I was in her shoes, I really do think I would. I really think I would have let go of that name. Because of what it means. And I wonder how his children feel also. If they ever been like, Mom, we don't want to use this name anymore. Like, I wonder why she never thought about that before. Maybe she has, though. Maybe she has. Maybe she has. Maybe she has thought of that. I don't know, but she hasn't done it so far. And it's not like his name is making her, I mean, I don't know personally what she's doing right now. If y'all know what she's doing right now, let me know. You say if it was Dahmer or Manson, I'm giving it up too. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I would have been gave up that name. Shoot. Shoot. You ain't never lied. I'm like, I don't know who that is. I don't know that fool. I sure would be like, I don't know that fool. I've been lied. Talking about my papa was a Rolling Stone. So I don't know where he at. Okay, I'm almost done with this cake. Almost done. Look cute. Okay, I need to put a little more pink on here. Put a little more pink. Okay, I think we good. Okay, I think we are good. Now, I'm just going to take what I got left from the ruffle. All right, see you later, Slasher Chick. Oh, the cupcakes, yeah, the cupcakes are about done. I just gotta put the chocolate morsels on them. So yeah, the cupcakes are about done. But yeah, I'm just going around the border of the cake, just putting on some last touches. Just some last touches. But I don't know. Some people think his ex-wife knew more than what she's talking about. And some people believe she's innocent. But, you know, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. But definitely there are others in his camp that I think are going to be soon facing the heat. They are soon going to be facing the same heat that he is facing, as they should. As they darn well should. I'm giving this cake like a lace skirt. Like a ruffle skirt. That's what I'm doing right now. And then I'll be done. Then I will be done. Trying to get the last of this frosting out of here. I think I'm going to need some more. Looks great and yummy. Hey, Leo the Lioness. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in, hon. We just up here discussing R. Kelly and discussing his new charges and everything. And I had a question, Leo. I don't know when you came in, but how do you feel about, after all these tapes and after all the people that are now facing charges as well, how do you feel about his wife, his ex-wife? Because I've always thought that Drea knows more than what she's been letting on. Some people believe she's innocent of it, but some people believe that she knows more than what she's letting on. As far as the two new people who were facing charges now for helping R. Kelly or assisting R. Kelly, I think it's going to be a whole lot more people. I just can't believe that they're not going to go after a whole lot more people when he has so much help doing what he did for so long. Do you think that his wife is innocent of knowing anything? Let me know how you feel. Here I come. I'm just washing my hands, y'all. Just washing my hands. Oh, you at work? Yeah. I'm kind of at work. I'm doing what I love to do when I don't have to really work. But I'm going to show y'all the finished product, y'all. I'm going to show y'all the finished product. Y'all already saw me do the cupcakes. Now I'm going to show y'all the finished cake. This thing is heavy, so I have to be careful. It's a lot of cake. Hey, Aisha Stockton. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, this cake is really heavy. I need to find if I can get my mouse. Okay. I done got frosting on the doggone phone. Okay. This is a birthday cake for my pastor's little girl. Her name is Sincere, and she is the cutest little thing. I swear, she is the cutest little thing. So when my pastor, actually my first lady, when my pastor's wife asked me to do her cakes and cupcakes for her birthday, I was like, of course I will. I done other stuff for them too, and you know, cakes for church and stuff before, but yeah, so of course I'm gonna do it for you. So, okay, here we go. Can you see that? See how I did like a little ruffle? A little ruffle skirt around the bottom. And of course, the theme is Laugh Out Loud. The Laugh Out Loud girls. So, that's the cake. I'm about to box it up. And put it in the fridge. But you know what, you guys? You know, everybody has been, you know, insinuating different things why R. Kelly was broke. One of the main reasons why I said was because of hush money. And a lot of people, you know, have said it as well. Because of hush money. I'm just going to move this cake to the stove so I can put it in the box. But because of hush money, to family members, maybe the parents, maybe the victims, the underage girls. But now we find out that ain't the only reason why this man ain't got no doggone money. It's because he's been paying off people to get tapes back. Okay, the cake is covered. Now I gotta tape it down. Tape the box down. So I'll be with you in a second. I'm gonna tape this box down and throw it in the fridge. But yeah, so he's been paying hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years to recover these scandalous tapes from people who I believe, I don't know, I'm just saying, I think that some of these people who stole these tapes were probably making copies and using them for their own pleasure and probably selling them on the underground market. And then once they realize they can probably sell them back to R. Kelly, they sold them back for some money by threatening to expose him. But truthfully, I don't think they would have exposed him because of the fact that they know that they could be facing charges as well because they held on to the tapes. They held on to the tapes, and then when it's convenient for you, then you want to release the tapes. So I don't think they ever were going to. R. Kelly probably fell for it because he had already got off. He had already got off once in the past because of that little girl's parents lying and saying that wasn't their daughter. Where can I put this cake? I got several refrigerators, y'all. I got another fridge behind me. Well, where y'all can't see it. Move some vegetables out the way. Put this in the fridge. Okay. Now I'm going to have to bring back out the cupcakes because, as I said, I have to put some chocolate morsels on them. The little girl wants some chocolate chips on her cupcakes. So, I'm going to put some chocolate chips on them. If I found a table sickness on it, straight to the police. Exactly. Thank you, Leo. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just going to finish off these chocolate cupcakes that are also for the same little girl's party. She wanted some morsels on her cupcakes. But if I would have found something like that, nope. I don't care who it is, who it was. I'm turning that mess in. You better please believe me. I'm turning that mess in. I don't want no parts of nothing like that. Heck, I'm a grown person, and I'm not even really into that stuff. You know, watching grown people. I just really never been into that. You know, some people are, some people are not. You know, no judgment. Of course, no judgment at all. I'm just saying me personally. But the people in his camp, all of them are sick. And all of them were out for the dollar. And that's why I said to me, they taking too long by pressing charges on other people in his camp. That's just my opinion. I think they taking too long. Shoot. Some of these people who probably had stuff to do with it, probably not even around anymore. Some of them could be dead. Or living afar off somewhere. Or, you know, we don't know. But I think they're taking too long. And if they really had put some pressure on his camp, this could have been done and over with a long time ago. You said, when make me a cake, please. Can you soak the base with pineapple and rum syrup? I got you. I got you. Yeah, this is a triple chocolate cupcake. Chocolate frosting, chocolate cupcakes, chocolate chips. For a cute little sweet little girl. She is so sweet. That's why I was like, when my pastor asked me, could I do the cake for her birthday? I was like, I sure will. But yeah, I do all kind of different flavors, glazy. I love making pineapple upside down cakes. Those are so yummy. They are so yummy. Thank you, Glazies. But this R. Kelly, y'all. But anyway, prosecutors are alleging that his former business manager, and how many times have we said that his managers got to be involved? I mean, his security guard, we knew the security guards were involved. We knew his bodyguards was involved. I mean, his own brother said that he made contact with a girl for kills. So you got to know the manager knows a lot about R. Kelly and what he's been doing over the years. But anyway, they saying that his manager, his former manager, facilitated a trip abroad in 2002 for a girl and her parents, and they gave them gifts. They gave them a Yukon Denali. Ooh, I used to want one of them back in the day. Oh my God, I used to want me a Denali so bad back in the day. And they gave them money, and he gave them money for over a decade to lie to investigators and conceal the girl's sexual relationship with Kelly, the indictment said. So that's one of the new indictments. That's one of the new ones. But he's being charged for, in Illinois, he's being charged for, hey, one and only Thinking Meaty, hey, sweetheart. But yep, in Illinois, he's being charged with 1 count of conspiracy to receive pornography, 2 counts of receiving child pornography, 4 counts of producing child pornography, 5 counts of enticement of a minor to engage in criminal sexual activity, and 1 count of conspiracy to obstruct justice. And then in New York, there's a separate 5-count indictment in the Eastern District of New York accusing him of sexual exploitation of a child, kidnapping, forced labor, and violation of the Mann Act involving coercion and transportation of women and girls in interstate commerce to engage in illegal sexual activity from 1999 to the present. But we've been knowing all this. People who've been speculating and been doing commentary on stuff about him, we've been knowing all this. We've just been waiting it out. And then there's the people, oh, he's innocent, he ain't done nothing wrong, they just hating on the black man, they just want to see us down, they just hating on Chicago, they just trying to make Chicago look worse than it is, they just, I'm getting so sick of them people. Oh, it's the parents' fault, it's the parents' fault, blame the parents, don't blame R. Kelly. You put some steak in front of a dog, what is he gonna do? And it's true that, some of the parents are at fault. It's true. But some of the parents have also tried to get him arrested and tried to put him in prison over the years, and they have went, unbelieved. R. Kelly is like one of the biggest stars ever that we have ever seen on earth in our lifetime. So people like that, it's hard to go against them. It's hard to go against them because they have so much money, they have so many lawyers, and they can pay all them people off to say, you lying. That didn't happen. You said, why was he left off the first time? What's the difference now? You mean, why wasn't he, what do you mean? Why wasn't he left off? What do you mean, Glazy? I think I know what you mean, but I just want to be sure before I answer. Y'all think that's enough chocolate chips? They are for kids, so I don't want to be stingy. I just don't want to overdo it. But okay. So I just finished getting chocolate cupcake. If y'all didn't see the cake when I decorated the cake, I decorated a whole sheet cake in the Laugh Out Loud dolls theme and colors and all that stuff. If y'all didn't see it, just rewind and go back and you can watch me from the beginning decorate the cupcakes and decorate that sheet cake for a little girl's birthday today. The party is at 2. I told them I'll be done by 1. It is 11:36. I'm early. I am early. I am done. I told them I would contact them if I finished early. So, but yeah, okay. Oh. Okay, I am done. Perfect. I gotta take pictures though. When I'm done with the video, I'm gonna take pictures and I'm gonna upload them onto as the what am I thinking of? As the picture for the for this video. I know what I'm trying to say. I can't think right now. But anyway, let me see what y'all saying. Put my phone in front of me. Me too, I hate them people. Hey Glazy, left off and I go. Oh, because Glazy, back in 2007 when he had went to trial, he had got off in 2008 because of the 14-year-old that he was seen with in the video. I don't know if you remember all that, but he had urinated. I know you in England, you in London, so you might not know the whole story of R. Kelly, but he was seen on a videotape having sex or urinating on a little girl. She was 14. Everybody who knew the little girl knew that it was her. They testified that's her, but her own parents testified that it was not their daughter. We later found out that, Kels had paid him off. The girl's father was one of Kel's drummers. He continued to work for Kels even after that. So they threw it out. He got off. And a lot of people ever since then was like, oh, he's guilty. They just trying to bring the black man down. They don't want us to succeed. They don't want us to be successful. A lot of people been saying that, but then a lot of us is like, oh, we believe him. Ever since Aaliyah, we believe that what he did. We believe that was him in that video. We believe, just like he married an underage little girl, we believe that he's guilty of that and much more. So when that TV show came out, that Lifetime did, yep, he paid them off. And I believe that he's still paying people off, and that's why he's broke. But he paid them off. He paid off people to hide information of what he was doing, which was preying on young women and teenagers. He did it for more than 2 decades. He's been doing this for more than 2 decades. His company, R. Kelly's Enterprise, his company, they were not just making music. They was making a whole bunch of it don't make no sense. Bad decisions, horrible decisions, immoral decisions for over 2 decades. They helped his enterprise. You might as well say his enterprise helped him to facilitate having relationships with young girls. He preyed on them. They helped him. He gave them false promises, telling them that they will be stars, that he will help further their career. Some of them were dancers. Some of them were singers. he gave them false hope. Instead of turning them into stars, he made them porn stars, underage porn stars. That's what he did. He made them stars, all right. Forced labor, child pornography. He coaxed them into having all kind of sexual acts with him and other people in his enterprise. So yeah. Now Homeland Security, the federales, they gonna give it to him. They gonna give it to him. But again, like I said, I know Kels is from the streets. I know street people don't believe in snitching, but Kels is not going down by himself. He is not going down by himself. That will not happen. Not in our lifetime. Not in our lifetime. But yeah, they got him on indictments and for 4 states. Illinois, Connecticut, California, New York. There are 5 new people for these indictments. 3 of them are minors. So yeah. And then also, it's an indictment for exposing one of them to a sexually transmitted disease without disclosing it. Like people, some of his victims have been saying that R. Kelly has herpes. And I think he has more than that. I think he has more than herpes. I really do. I don't think that's the only disease that man got. I don't. Ugh. I'm telling you, it's like if I even heard or thought that somebody had something, I don't care how much money they have. I don't care, because money can't clean your pearl. Money can't clean your pearls after they've been contaminated. Money cannot clean your box. It can't. It's gonna always and forever be contaminated. Now, it might choose to be contaminated certain times of the month, certain times of the year, but it will always be contaminated when you're dealing with herpes. Herpes is that disease that comes and goes as it pleases. It'll never disappear, but it comes and goes as it pleases. You said, how do you get herpes? From sexual contact? Sexual contact? Kissing, sex, sexual contact. But his lawyers are still, saying, they're just trying to railroad an innocent guy. That's what the lawyers is basically saying. That people are just doing this for money. They're trying to get rich off of him. But he don't have that much money like some people think. R. Kelly spent a lot of money over his years kicking it, partying, traveling back and forth abroad, buying houses here, houses there, cars, whining and dining. But among those things, he's also spent a lot of money paying people off, paying off parents, paying off children, paying off people who stole tapes from him, paying off people to get the tapes back, paying off other people to lie and say that he's never touched anyone, lie and say that wasn't him in the tape. I mean, he has spent so much money over the years to the point where even if he started making money, even if he started performing and touring again, he'll never make back. I don't believe he'll ever make back as much money as he spent, because R. Kelly, he still has some supporters. Yes, true indeed. He still has some supporters, but he also got a whole bunch of people who will no longer even play his music. They will no longer step to his music. Not a concert, not a CD, not best of R. Kelly hits. They won't support him at all. So he no longer has that huge fan base that he had back then. And then with a lot of the younger people now, a lot of the younger people are just looking at him like a pedophile. The younger generation, they hearing their parents discussing this stuff. They seeing it on TV. And so a lot of he's not going to have a big younger fan base like he used to have back in the day when we were all swooned over him and in love with us some R. Kelly, you know, back in the 80s, back in the 90s, back in the early 2000s, back, you know, like that. I was one of them. Oh Lord, when he came out with "You Remind Me of My Jeep," Honey Love, you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. I wanted to get a Jeep just because he was singing about a Jeep. But it is, I'm like, You said, well, I don't know, Glazies, you would really have to do some research and look that up on Google. Now that I can tell you. I can Google it and tell you what Google says. But it's a disease. Herpes, I'm sure, you know, it's something. I'm sure that disease is over there too as well. It's not like it's not like some new disease or some. Herpes goes back a long, many years. The herpes simplex virus. But yeah, so I don't know. Are his friends gonna come to his rescue again? You know, last time he was bonded out, one of his alleged friends had bonded him out, and then he had to go back to jail because he owed child support. Then he got out again. Now he's back in again, and with indictments in 4 separate states. I'm just waiting to see if somebody's going to bond him out this time. I don't know. But yeah, I think with the Surviving the R. Kelly, a lot of people was hating on that show that Lifetime did. What was that, last October or November, I think, when they did that show. But I'm glad they did that show. I'm very glad they did that show because it brought a whole nother light to R. Kelly, especially there for the people who really believed that he had did no wrong and just kept blaming it on the parents. Oh, it's the parents' fault, you know. A lot of people have even told me, you know, when I was first doing my reviews, they was like, oh, you know, everybody's just against him, you know, whoop, whoop, whoop. Some people changed their mind after watching Surviving R. Kelly. They were distraught, they were crying, they were saddened for the victims, and they were like, I believe them now. I believe them now. And they're like, they no longer support R. Kelly. So I'm glad that show did come out because the charges, you know, it's from 1998, you know, to 2010. That's what these charges were for in February when he was, you know, arrested in February after the TV show came out. That was just 10 counts of aggravated criminal assault for 4 victims, including 3 who were underage. So that was just those charges. And now he's facing 13 more. And again, the feds are Homeland Security. They is not playing with this man anymore. I think what's going to happen is, like I said, he's going to end up pleading out. He's going to end up giving them information on other people in his camp. I think that's what's going to happen. I really do think that's going to happen. I hope a lot of the other people who used to be in his camp are lawyered up. I hope they got money for bail just in case they get arrested. Because he is not going to face all that time. And Glazies, you said, can you imagine all the guys in jail locked up listening to R. Kelly back in the day? Yeah, a lot of them listened to R. Kelly back in the day. Everybody listened to R. Kelly back in the day. When he goes to prison, because he's going to prison. When he goes to prison, it's gonna be like putting some candy in front of some kids. Because R. Kelly, as much as he done to young girls over the years, he will never be safe in prison. He will, even when he gets older and becomes really an old man. I don't know. And hey, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You do the crime, you gotta do the time. You said I like the Gayle King interview in the Saturday Night Light skit. Yeah. The Gayle King interview, I thought he was gonna hurt her. I'm like, what the hell? He looked like he just wanted to choke her. Like, and Gayle just sat there so calm. She was just like, so you're saying that you never had sex with any girl under the age of 17. Is that what you're saying? The next thing you know, he's like, throwing stuff, throwing tables. I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my life. All I want to do is spend time with my kids. That fool don't be spending time with his kids. His kids can tell you that. His ex-wife can tell you that. Shoot, you owe hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s in child support, but now all of a sudden, I want to spend time with my kids. I want to be here for my kids. And she's up there. So you telling me that you have never, ever had sex with any girl under the age of 17? Gayle, man, I gotta give it to Gayle. I gotta give it to Gayle because I would have been like, somebody pass me my mace. Somebody pass me my mace. It's getting hot up in here. It's getting hot up in here. Where my security guards at? He was up there screaming and snot flying everywhere and the fake tears, and he about to rip his whole jacket off like the Incredible Hulk. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. That was a mess. That was a mess. That was a mess. But Gayle, she held it together. She was like, is that your final answer? She held it together. She held it together. Anybody else probably would have cracked. And not cracked like ran off the set or anything, but they would have at least was like, okay, let me get this fool like 50 feet. Let me get this fool like 50 feet. But yeah, so but yeah, back to his former manager, McDavid. He was charged with 1 count of conspiracy to receive child porn, 2 counts of receiving child porn, and 1 count of conspiracy to obstruct justice. He was in court. He pleaded not guilty. R. Kelly pleaded not guilty. His manager pleaded not guilty. But you know, they saying with the new evidence that R. Kelly and his manager paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to a person who we are going to call, or who they are going to call, they're calling them individual B. So they paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to individual B to give R. Kelly back some sex tapes that were missing, in 2001 from his personal collection. Individual B had threatened R. Kelly with a news conference and to tell, about the sex videos that he had. But they paid him, $170,000 to cancel the news conference. And again, like I said before, I don't think that individual B was going to do a news conference. I don't think they were going to go to the feds or to the police or anybody. I think they just did that to scare him, to get money from him. Because again, if they would have went forward and said that they have tapes of R. Kelly, why are you holding on to them tapes? Why are you holding on to them videos? What were you doing with them? Were you watching them? Were you making copies? Why you wait? Why you didn't get the video? Why you didn't take all the videos? Where's the rest of the videos? Why you didn't tell about him back when he was when people were first saying that he's sleeping with underage girls, when parents were coming to the police, when the little girl on the videotape, when he got off in 2008, where you been? Where you been? So that's another reason why he got off in 2008, because the guy told R. Kelly he'll cancel the news conference if he pays him $170,000. And then he paid off some girls. Minor number 1, he paid her off to give a false testimony to the grand jury. Paid off 2 other men $250,000 to minor number 2 to return a video showing her and Kelly having sex. See, these kids, they were smart. Some of these people back then, they were smart. They knew that what R. Kelly was doing was wrong. They knew it. But again, even the minors in this situation who gave false testimony, the minors who returned some tapes to R. Kelly, they still can be charged for trafficking child porn. I don't think they ever was going to come to the news or come to the media or to the police and say, we have these tapes. I don't think they ever, but because R. Kelly was so scared, and around that time was when he was going through that trial for that tape with the 14-year-old girl. So around that time, of course he's going to pay off these people. And then made them have lie detector tests. He gave them lie detector tests. So he paid people to give them lie detector tests, so that they could prove to him that they didn't have any more tapes, or, you know, that they didn't make any tapes, or, you know, anything like that. So he's about to you said you like the let me make sure. Ooh, I had it on top chat. I didn't have it on live chat. I probably done missed some of y'all comments. But if I missed some of y'all comments, I'm sorry. I had it on top chat instead of live chat. But yeah, so we shall see what's gonna happen, y'all. You know, I'm gonna every time I find out some little information, get some updates, I'm gonna bring it to you. But yeah, what time is it? It's almost noon. Okay, it's almost noon, y'all. I'm gonna get around here and start cleaning up this kitchen. I got frosting to scoop out and throw away, and pots and pans and bowls to clean. But yeah, so we shall see. But anyway, you guys, thanks for tuning in again, Primetime Squad. Make sure if y'all didn't already put up the likes, make sure y'all hit the like buttons on this video. Thank you to who all showed up today to discuss R. Kelly with me, and also to watch me decorate some more desserts. I will be posting this video. I will be posting the picture of the cake again. The thumbnail, I'll change the thumbnail and post the finished product on the thumbnail. And I'm also going to post it on my Tanya's Delights Slice by Slice Facebook page, where I always post my pictures, so you can see it over there too, because, you know, on the thumbnail it's really kind of small on the thumbnail on YouTube. But I'll also post a video on my Tanya's Delights Slice by Slice Facebook page as well. And I also have a IG for Tanya Cake Lady, all one word. Tanya Cake Lady is my IG, and Tanya's Delights Slice by Slice is my Facebook. So I'll make sure I paste some pictures over there. And you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I have nothing to do. Like, I'm off from the nursing home this whole weekend. You guys know I'm not normally off on the weekends. I'm not normally off. I normally got to work somewhere or do something, you know, on the weekends. So after this, after I clean up and get this cake and cupcakes off to the party, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of videos, though. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos for the past few days. I woke up this morning watching people videos. So, you know, supporting other people's videos is something that I like to do. So that's why, you know, I do it, because I appreciate people who support my videos as well. So that's why I say to you guys, whenever y'all in my chat, y'all hear me say it all the time, do not, I'm trying to get this hair out of my eye. I say it in my chat all the time that I do not mind you guys networking, as long as it's not pushy networking. hit somebody up, check their video out, leave them a genuine comment, come back in the chat, tag their name, put a TV emoji next to their name to let them know that, you know, you there, you was at their channel, you supporting their channel. You know, that's how we do over here. I do not mind you guys, you know, because we all have to help each other grow. You know, we all have to be supportive in order to receive support. So, you know, keep that in mind, everybody. Keep that in mind. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to change out these clothes. You see my shirt is inside out. Y'all can see my tag. Y'all see my tag. Every time I decorate cakes or desserts, I always try to remember to turn my shirt inside out because sometimes I'll get like the colors and, you know, the stuff on my clothes, and it's easier to clean if the color is on the inside and not on the outside. So anyway, but you guys stay safe. Please stay safe. Be blessed. And everybody, make sure, I know I done said this on my last few videos, but make sure we are keeping the southern area, New Orleans, you know, the NOLA area in our thoughts and prayers. If you have family down there, make sure you be checking on them because they are going through some things right now with these storms and hurricanes and a lot of rain. And those new levees, the ones that replaced after Katrina, they are definitely going to be tested this time around. So their strength is going to be tested this time around. So make sure y'all keep them in y'all thoughts and prayers. The NOLA area, and, you know, check on your family again if you have family or friends down there. But you guys, I'm out of here. Stay safe. Be blessed. I'm out. Deuces.